Good morning. Oh, that's still so weird to see. Oh.
All right, well,
that
literally,
guy fucking sucks.
Literally, my guy who we just went to like an hour ago
with no appointment,
just pulled up, whatever. There's nobody there. Comes up and goes, "You got an appointment?" He's like, "No," and he goes, "They can't take you." Nope.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off now, as I was.
So after all of the stuff with getting my car inspected, not getting Ryan's car inspected, I edited parts of the vlog, things like that, and then woke up the next morning super early to take my mom and Tommy to an appointment that he had for his eyes. Now, for those who may not know, Tommy is not in the best of health when it comes to his vision and his hearing. And unfortunately, that has thrown off his sense of balance. We kind of talked about that in one of the first ones with regards to having the assistant's chair now, and trying to get his walking going again. And while the unfortunate incident that you're about to hear about happened, I didn't capture any of it on video, mostly because I was just trying to figure everything out. And despite doing this for several vlogs now, my first instinct isn't to immediately grab the camera and document it all. So I do apologize for that. But Tommy didn't really know a whole lot of what had happened, especially because we hadn't really synced up the stories on both sides of things. So you're going to hear Mom actually recording us. I'm standing behind him, and you're going to hear her and I basically telling him, as well as you, the audience, what happened. So here is that video now.
Okay, so we had the craziest experience this morning.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this morning, Tommy, remember you had an eye doctor's appointment, right? So we get up in the morning and we go down there. We have to be there for 10 minutes to 8, right? We get there, we check in, we go over, we sit down, somebody calls your name, and, well, before that even, I realized I didn't have my cell phone.
Yeah, so I dropped you off, and of course, I pretty much rolled right out of bed and was like, hey, I'm taking you, but I'm going to come back, I'm going to shower. So pretty much I would assume by the time y'all sat down, I was gone already.
Oh, yeah. And so I realized that I didn't have my cell phone. So I tried to text him on my watch, but it failed, right? So then we're sitting there and somebody calls your name and I go over and this woman comes over and she says, so the doctor you're supposed to see isn't with the practice anymore. And they were supposed to call everybody who was his patients because now you have to find a different specialist to see.
Is this guy he's not in practice anymore?
He's
retired?
not there. No, I think he moved somewhere else.
But not
local.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Right. So he's somewhere else, but not local. So, okay. So then they have us go over and talk to somebody else. And she gives us a list of names and whatever to see about making another appointment. And I made an appointment to see your regular eye doctor while we were there. Because I figured with everything you had going on with your eyes, I thought at least this way they'd get checked, but they didn't. So then I asked her, could I use her phone? So I tried to call Paul. And when I tried to call Paul, it immediately says, like, no ring, no nothing. It says, this cell phone user isn't accepting calls at this time. And that was it.
Now, at that point, I was already back home. I came in and I heard Ruth, my mother's, cell phone going off because there was an alarm. And so by that point, I was like, okay, that's not good. Her phone is here. So I believe at that point I texted and was like, do you have your watch on you? And then I tried calling your cell phone, Tommy.
Yeah.
But your phone was also here.
Yeah.
So y'all had no communication possible other than her watch, but the watch wasn't connecting to anything for some reason. So my mind said, they're at the appointment. There was a missed call, because it pops up on my phone. there was a missed call, but it didn't say it was from the eye care place. It just had like a local area code number. So I went, that's probably her just saying that she doesn't have her phone, whatever. So my thought was, I'm going to get my shower, I'm going to get back over there and just be waiting there for when they're done.
In the meantime, when I couldn't get a hold of him, I said to you, well, let's just walk out to the Ave and we'll go get you a donut, which is your favorite thing ever, to go to the local donut shop. So you and I took a nice slow walk and walked up to the donut shop. And then I thought, well, we'll keep an eye out for the bus because I can't get a hold of Paul. I tried to call him. I tried to text him. I tried to text my niece, and nothing is going through. It just keeps going, no signal, no whatever.
So at that point, I'm assuming, I came back to the parking lot of the eye doctors. I was sitting there. Nothing was going on. I'm still not able to get in touch. And I brought her phone because I was like, all right, well, if there's a problem, maybe it's the phone's not in range or whatever, the phone and the watch. So eventually I went in because I was like, this is a very long appointment. So I go in and I'm like, they're here, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, do you know what doctor? I'm like, I don't. But I'm like, I could tell you their name. And of course, I've been on the other end of that where like that doesn't help. That's not the easiest thing to look up is the person's name, And she was like, well, we've had over 84 people come in already this morning. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's all the information I have. So I tell her and she looks it up and goes, well, they had an appointment scheduled, but they never checked in. And then she looks and goes, well, that doctor isn't even here. So they never even checked in. So they're not here.
Which is not correct because we did check in. And the worst part was I got an email from that place yesterday confirming the appointment for today. And I responded to it on their website, right? So I responded to the message, right? And so then they said, oh, well, they just marked it that there was no, that we weren't there because then they don't charge us for having been there. That's why it said that we never checked in. But we did.
But so then I'm like, okay. And then I'm looking up, I could not figure out, because the watches are supposed to have their own independent phone number for just this type of situation. So, of course, I'm having trouble logging into the account. I had to reset the password, and then, no, your password can't be the same as the original password, and you know how that stuff goes. So, I'm trying it, and finally, it doesn't respond, whatever. So, because I'm trying all sorts of ways to get in touch. And finally, I was on the phone with Ryan, and he goes, well, let me see if I can get in touch with her from my watch or phone. He tries, there's nothing. And I'm like, well, I have her phone next to me here. And then he said, why don't you try pinging it? Like because there's like an app where you could like find it, find your phone, find your watch, whatever is like tied to your account. So he's like, why don't you do that? And I'm like, that's a good idea. So then I finally get to, like a parking lot. And it says that the last place that the watch was here at home 3 hours prior. And there's nothing. I'm like, well, that doesn't help either. Because the eye doctor says y'all aren't there. You were never there. And I'm like, well, that's not true. And I can't get in touch. And I'm like freaking out. Not freaking out, but I'm like nervous. And then all of a sudden it updates and it says 6 minutes ago, you guys were down by the square.
In the meantime, in that 6 minutes, you and I had we crossed the road and we walked like 6 blocks down and finally were able to catch a bus that was headed to the square. And by that point, how were you feeling at that point?
Pretty much unmovable.
Yeah.
sore legs, leaning on everything. I said to Paul earlier, I said, I was hoping that no police officer came by because you were stumbling and holding on to everything. I thought they were going to give you a drunk in public thing, you know?
So then by the time I got it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to head over there. Because there's a, once you locate where it is, you can press a button so that it makes noise. Because Ryan said, get close enough and it'll make noise, and then maybe she'll know that you're trying to contact her. So I was like, all right, that's fine. So I drive down the way, across the bridge, you know, whatever. And I circled the way, and then all of a sudden, I don't see you guys, and I'm driving as slow as I can without, you know, causing a traffic jam or anything. And then all of a sudden I look at it and it says that y'all are on Cary Ave already. And I'm like, all right, so they must be on a bus on their way home. I'm just going to go home and like either meet them there or cut them off, you know, to pick them up or whatever. So then I drive and I get home, and literally as I'm pulling up, y'all are across the street because it drops you off at the other end of town and you have to walk all the way through town.
No, actually, it dropped us off by the Turkey Hill.
Oh, all right. So then you didn't have to walk that far once you got it. But yeah, but it was right in front of the Turkey Hill across the way. And I saw you because I rolled down my window and I yelled as I drove past.
But I didn't hear him.
Yeah.
And you don't hear anything. So, but yeah, talk about an adventure and a half between me trying to reach him trying to reach me, him driving all over, us walking all over. And if he would have gone down the Ave, which he didn't, but if he would have gone down the Ave, he might have seen us walking.
Yep.
So, like, what the heck an adventure we had. When we were coming through the door and coming up the stairs, my watch is going ding 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 ding, and I'm like, what in the world? And he's standing at the top of the stairs, kind of like that sort of, and going, kind of looking like, I can't wait to hear this story.
Well, because
he thought I was going to blame him.
Yeah, because normally one of us blames the other of, why weren't you, why didn't you, whatever.
And the first thing I said to you was, it was not your fault, it was all me.
And in my head, I'm like, damn right.
Because it was all me. I forgot my phone. What'd you say? It was in the bathroom?
Yeah. Well, I could hear the alarm was so loud, I could hear it through the walls.
Yeah. Well, that's the alarm in the morning for his meds. And so I was like, okay. And I must have set it down in there when I know. I was looking for my hairband this morning and trying to get him out the door and get over there so we weren't late for an appointment that didn't exist.
Yeah.
And yeah, that happened.
So that was our day. And then pretty much everything other than that, as far as I've been aware, has just been smooth sailing today.
Yeah. He came home and went to sleep and hasn't.
Me? No.
No, he.
Oh, no.
But Tommy came home and immediately came through the front door, down the hall, and right into bed.
Yep.
Right into bed. No, it was a
Get coffee and donut.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So
that's the story.
But yeah, so what do you think? You were part of it. That was a crazy stinking day, huh?
Yes, it was.
And let's not ever do that again, okay?
Before we start going out anymore, it'll be check all your pockets, make sure you got anything electronic with you.
Yeah.
A few years ago, Adam Sandler did a stand-up special for Netflix, and he incorporates music into his stuff. So he did a rap song called "Phone Wallet Keys," about how, like, that's, you pat your pockets down to make sure you have your phone, wallet, keys before you leave the house.
we call that the adult Macarena, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
All right, so I woke up a little bit later today than intended, and I realized that on my personal Instagram account, my next post will be my 800th post. So I went, oh my gosh, I want to do something big. Because I still haven't revealed this to pretty much anybody yet. So I thought that could be the thing. And then I also thought, what if I also did like a big something to do it. And I got to thinking about like a film or something where I'm revealed, it's a reveal of this, but also whatever. And I got to thinking, and I started thinking about like a treasure hunter film, because I've been in a real like Indiana Jones, National Treasure sort of mindset recently. So I started working on a story idea. I asked a couple people, which is more important, the MacGuffin, which is like for those who don't know, that's like the object that you're searching for. In the case of Indiana Jones, that would be the Ark of the Covenant, the cup, the dial of destiny, all that sort of stuff. In National Treasure, the first one, it's the treasure itself is the MacGuffin, and the Declaration of Independence to a lesser extent is a MacGuffin as well. But so basically my question was, which is more important, the MacGuffin, the reason for the search? Wait, what was it? It was which is more important, I guess, is the search itself or the reason why, whatever it was. So, pretty much I discussed it with Kiona, my mom, Ryan, whatever, and pretty much the reasoning for the search. So like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones wants to save his mentor while also stopping the Nazis. In National Treasure, he wants to find the treasure and all that, but he also wants to prove that his family history, his family lineage isn't crazy, whatever. And I was asking Ryan something, and Ryan pointed out the fact that, in Expedition, we went searching for a toothbrush, and I went, crap, I've already done this, so I can't do something else. My mother made a comment earlier about Scooby-Doo, so I went that way, and I think that I might have written kind of a Scooby-Doo-ish type of idea. So we shall see if anything comes of that, because I would love to get it done and be able to also post it in conjunction with the vlog of this going out, because this has gone out, but this hasn't yet, because I ended up splitting it into actually 3 parts, but this whole thing is 2 parts. So we shall see what comes next. Okay, so spoiler alert, we didn't get it filmed, and that's because I didn't get a chance to finish writing it due to working the weekend. But it also means that I can now use a little bit of time to develop it a little bit further. So hopefully that will lead to something in the future, which is something that I will keep you updated on further in the vlog in coming episodes as I work on it.
Was up at 5 a.m. Didn't get to sleep until late. Was up at 5 a.m. To take Ryan to work because he finally got somebody to inspect his car. And the problem is his new job, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he works 12 hours. So today is Friday, and he had to drop his car off yesterday, had to get to work. I told him, I'm able to take you. I'm not able to pick you up because later tonight, I'm working with my mother. I'm going to try to get some footage there. I'm home now, probably going to try to get some more sleep. Got myself some breakfast as well, but probably going to try to get some more sleep. Going to try to get some writing, some admin, some creative stuff done so that is out of the way. And yeah, we shall see what the day and what the weekend brings.
Once I got up again, I shaved my head once again. You can see I cut it in the back a little bit. I'm still used to this, so I'm still figuring it out. But that's what it looks like a couple days later still. Still figuring it out. But I went to the Italian festival down a city or so below. It's about 35 minutes away. Worked with my mom and just plain crazy face art, and ordered myself a black hat, as you see, because I gotta keep the bit alive, keep the gimmick going. You could see the very first day, it was only 5 to 9, but we got mom to advertise for her business, just plain crazy face art here. But you see me in the hat, and you see that even in her posts on Facebook, I had to keep the gimmick alive.
We're at the end of the night here, and my mother talked about how cool it looks, the moon looks through the trees, and I can't say that I disagree.
Tried getting some shots of the moon here. In one of them, I tried to cut out because we were right near the facilities, the porta potties, if you will. So I tried cutting them out. Obviously, in some, I didn't necessarily do it, but I actually ended up sending these pictures to a very good friend of mine, internationally renowned photographer Michael Gilman, and he said that considering that it was just with the phone, he thought that they looked pretty good. So I'm happy with that. These shots of the moon are actually where we're gonna end it. It was a couple days post Bald Head. First day of the Italian festival, ending with the moonlight, and obviously that crazy story up the front of the episode. So that's where we're going to end this particular one. Please stay tuned for the next time. You're going to see some other stuff from the Italian festival days, as well as where we actually were for that. Some nice nature shots, things like that. But yeah, stay tuned for the next installment here of Paul's Vlogs.